The diplomatic chamber hummed with what we Krell call anticipatory dread. You know that feeling? When your stomach decides it wants to relocate to somewhere behind your spine? Yeah, that. I'm Vex, by the way. Junior Ambassador to the Krell Collective, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm the idiot they send to potentially fatal meetings because I'm expendable. Great career choice, Mom always said. Go into diplomacy, Vex. See the galaxy, Vex. Meet interesting species, Vex. She never mentioned the part where those interesting species might vaporize you. The humans had requested this meeting. Requested. Like it was afternoon tea and not the most terrifying event in our recent history. See, here's the thing about humans. We'd been watching them for exactly 3 cycles. 3 cycles. They'd gone from barely functional chemical rockets to punching holes in spacetime like it owed them money. My superior, High Commander Thrace, had laughed when we first detected their signals. Actually laughed. Primitive meatbags, he'd called them. We'll absorb their worlds before their next solar rotation. That was before the incident at Colony 7. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So there I stood in our finest diplomatic vessel, the Eternal Grace, surrounded by Thrace and 6 other senior commanders who were all trying very hard to look confident and failing spectacularly. The holographic display before us showed empty space. Just stars, really. Peaceful. Quiet. Deceptive. They're late, Thrace grumbled, his facial tentacles twitching in what I'd learned was profound anxiety masked as irritation. Typical inferior species behavior. No concept of punctuality or respect. Perhaps they're reconsidering, suggested Commander Yult, hope dripping from every syllable. Sweet, naive Yult. That's when it appeared. No. Wait. Appeared is too gentle a word. It erupted into existence. Reality just split open, and through that tear in space came something that made my entire species' history of warship design look like children playing with mud. The humans called it Goliath Prime. We had other names for it. Most of them couldn't be translated into polite company. It was massive. 30 kilometers long. And I don't mean, oh, that's big massive. I mean, that's a moon pretending to be a spaceship massive. Its hull was this deep, matte black that seemed to absorb light itself, covered in angular plates that overlapped like the scales of some impossible predator. Weapon ports, thousands of them, lined every surface like the eyes of an ancient god, all watching, all waiting. And it was absolutely silent. No engines roaring. No energy signatures screaming. Just this massive, physics-defying nightmare floating there like it had every right to exist. Thrace made a sound. Not a word, mind you. Just a sound that somewhere between his throat and his mouth forgot how to be language. Krell Vessel Eternal Grace, a voice crackled through our communications array. Human. Female. Calm. So calm it was actually more terrifying than if she'd been screaming threats. This is Captain Mara Stone of the UHSF Goliath Prime. We're here for the diplomatic talks you requested. Talks we requested? We requested? Oh, this was rich. This was Thrace's brilliant idea after Colony 7. We'll intimidate them with our military presence, demand they cease expansion, make them understand their place. Sure, Thrace. That's going well. I should probably mention what happened at Colony 7. We'd sent a battle fleet. 47 ships. Our finest warriors. The plan was simple, blockade their mining operation, force them to abandon it, demonstrate Krell's superiority. Standard procedure for dealing with upstart species who don't know their place in the galactic hierarchy. The humans sent 1 ship. 1. It took 17 minutes. 17. Not to destroy our fleet. Oh no. That would have been almost respectable. It disabled every single vessel, simultaneously, with some kind of energy pulse we still can't identify, then proceeded to tow all 47 ships, our warriors still aboard, to the nearest neutral station and just left them there. With a message, parking fine, 30,000 credits. Have a nice day. The humiliation was exquisite. Commander Thrace, Captain Stone continued, and I swear I could hear the smile in her voice. Thank you for agreeing to meet. I hope our vessel isn't too imposing. We wanted to ensure you felt properly, secure during our discussions. Secure. Right. That's one word for it. Thrace's facial tentacles had gone completely rigid. Yes. Greetings, Captain Stone. The Krell Collective welcomes you to these negotiations. Wonderful, she replied, cheerful as someone discussing weather patterns. Shall we begin? I have a presentation prepared. I think you'll find it very educational. Educational. That word hung in the air like a death sentence. The holographic display flickered to life, and Captain Stone's face materialized before us. Human faces are weird, by the way. Too symmetrical. Not enough sensory appendages. But Stone had these eyes, these cold blue eyes that looked at you like they could calculate exactly how many ways you could die and were actively ranking them by efficiency. Gentlemen, she began, because apparently humans still use gendered terms even in formal military contexts. Quirky species. Let's address the elephant in the room. There is no elephant present, Thrace said, confused. Our translators sometimes struggled with human idioms. Stone paused. Blinked. Then actually smiled. Figure of speech, Commander. I meant, let's discuss why we're really here. Your fleet at Colony 7. Your 17 unsuccessful attempts to hack our communications network over the past 2 cycles. Your spy drone we found in the Tertius system last week. Oh, and my personal favorite, the biological weapon you deployed at our research station on Kepler 442b that we identified, neutralized, and returned to your embassy with a gift basket and a note saying, "Nice try." The temperature in the diplomatic chamber seemed to drop several degrees. Yult made a choking sound. Thrace's face had gone through several colors I didn't know Krell physiology could produce. We have no knowledge of such. Thrace stammered. Commander, Stone interrupted, her voice still pleasant but now carrying an edge that could cut through starship hull plating. Please don't insult either of our intelligence. We have evidence. Lots of evidence. Embarrassing amounts of evidence. The kind of evidence that, if released to the Galactic Council, would result in sanctions so severe your species would be eating synthetic paste for the next 3 generations. She leaned forward slightly, and behind her, through the view screen, I could see the interior of Goliath Prime. Clean. Efficient. And absolutely packed with crew members moving with purpose. Hundreds of them. Maybe thousands. All human. All looking terrifyingly competent. But here's the thing, Stone continued. We don't want to go to the Council. We don't want sanctions. We don't want war. We don't even want your apology, though one would be nice. What we want, Commander Thrace, is something much simpler. What? Thrace managed to croak. We want you to leave us alone. Silence. Complete, absolute, suffocating silence. That's it? I heard myself say before my brain could stop my mouth. 7 pairs of Krell eyes turned to glare at me. Stone's gaze shifted to me, and she actually looked pleased. And you are? She asked. Junior Ambassador Vex, Captain. I apologize for speaking out of turn. Don't apologize for asking good questions, Vex, Stone said, and I felt something strange. Respect? From a human? Yes, that's it. We want to be left alone to expand, explore, and exist without interference. We're not interested in conquering anyone. We're not interested in your territories. We have an entire galaxy to explore, and frankly, we find empty systems more interesting than occupied ones. Less complicated. But Colony 7, Thrace protested weakly. That system was designated Krell Expansion Zone by ancient treaty. Ancient treaty signed by species that aren't us, Stone countered. We didn't agree to your territorial divisions. We didn't ask permission to exist in this galaxy. And here's the uncomfortable truth you're going to have to accept, Commander. You can't make us. She tapped something on her console, and the holographic display changed. Data streams. Ship schematics. Weapon specifications. And numbers. Oh, the numbers. This is Goliath Prime, Stone explained, her tone shifting to lecture mode. Titan-class warship. We have 12 of them. This is our standard cruiser, we have 417. These are our defensive platforms, we have 6,000 installed across human space. This is our manufacturing capacity, we can produce one fully armed destroyer every 8 hours. These are our shield systems, our weapons range, our faster-than-light capabilities. Each specification that appeared made Thrace look smaller. The mighty High Commander was shrinking before my eyes. Now, Stone said, her voice dropping lower. Let me be very clear. These numbers aren't a threat. They're a statement of fact. We're sharing this information because we believe in transparency. We don't want you making miscalculations. We don't want another Colony 7 incident where you send warriors to their humiliation because your leadership underestimated us. What do you want us to do? Yult asked quietly. Stone's expression softened slightly. Actually softened. Coexist. Trade, if you want. Share scientific discoveries, if you're interested. Ignore each other, if that's preferable. But stop treating us like we're some primitive species you can bully or absorb or control. We're not. Thrace straightened, trying to salvage some dignity. And if the Krell Collective refuses these terms? Then we'll continue defending ourselves, Stone replied simply. And every time you test us, we'll respond proportionally. And eventually, Commander, the Galactic Council will notice. They'll ask questions. They'll review evidence. And then you'll face consequences far worse than anything we could do to you. She stood up, and the image expanded slightly. Behind her, I could see massive hangar bays, row after row of fighters, legions of crew members, all moving with that terrifying human efficiency. This meeting is concluded, Stone announced. You have 48 hours to respond to our proposal. Oh, and Vex? My hearts all stopped simultaneously. Yes, Captain. I liked your question. Smart, direct, no political nonsense. If you ever want a real diplomatic career instead of being cannon fodder for cowards, humanity accepts applications. Think about it. The transmission ended. The diplomatic chamber remained silent for exactly 15 seconds before Thrace turned to his console and began drafting our acceptance of every single human term. Turns out, when a species shows up with weapons that could turn your homeworld into cosmic dust and then politely asks to be left alone, you smile, you nod, and you absolutely leave them alone. Humanity had replaced diplomacy with one simple demonstration. Power doesn't need to threaten when it can simply exist. And me? Well, I've been thinking about that application.